So we're here today on another episode of the Verani Vault, and I'm excited to have with me today Mary Keegan, our regional manager of our Bedford office. Mary, I'm excited to talk to you about your methodology behind optimizing your bio through the different search engines and prospecting, maybe go into a little bit about marketing. But so it's spring.
Yes, it is spring, and spring has finally sprung. It started a little late. So, in the Bedford office, we've been trying to focus on things that we can execute to impact our business.
I know, and you've been talking about a couple of things that they're very hot topics for you right now, and you're focusing 100% of your energy on. What are those?
Okay, so right now everybody is talking about AI, 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 and it can be very overwhelming. But we have to take steps in this, right? Because we're really just kindergartners in this world of AI. And if you look at, if I follow Rajiv, and I had the opportunity to go to the Nashville convention, our national
Right.
convention,
And we have a lot of resources right
Yes.
now through Berkshire Hathaway,
Yep.
Rajiv, Jimmy, the Resource Center, and all the.
And it doesn't matter which one of them you talk to.
Yeah.
The number one thing you need to do is be found. You need to be found. In the
So-
world that we lived in before, we would, search in Google and ask a question, and the results would be websites, right? This is, what is the question? Who would you ask to, who would you interview to list your house in Nashua, New Hampshire? And the results would be showing websites, maybe a person's name, maybe a brokerage's name, or what have you. In the world of AI now, what they're looking for is data.
Yeah. So, what would you suggest your very first step be?
I would visit the AI library in the Berkshire Hathaway Resource Center. Number one. Rajiv has 4 basic beginner AI options. The one that I suggest you go to immediately is AI Optimized Bio Update. It's right in the Resource Center. I think that we're going to show some slides here. Again, the AI library in the Resource Center. You click on there and you AI Optimized Bio. So why is this so important? Like I said, data, data, data. What is AI looking for? I'm no expert on this. Anything that I'm talking about, I picked up from basically Jimmy Burgess's masterminds on Friday. And it doesn't matter who he has on there. When they talk about AI, the number one thing you need to do is be found. The things you have to understand of what AI is looking for is who are you? Where do you work? How experienced are you? What proof backs that up? And that's where that it becomes more important. What proof backs that up? A weak bio says passionate agent who loves helping clients. A strong AI bio says licensed realtor with 12 years of experience, 85 million in sales, and 150 5-star reviews across Zillow and Google.
I see a difference, yeah.
Yes. So a lot of us, and I was a full-time agent, I used to sell a lot of houses. We don't like to talk about that stuff, right? And most agents are like that. I mean, I have an example right now of a bio from an agent that just came to us from a different brokerage, and this is his bio when he came in. I am a native of Hudson, New Hampshire, and attended Elvern High School, followed by college in Western Massachusetts. After graduation, I decided that a move to Southern California was in my future. The weather, the proximity to the desert, beach, or wonderful mountains was awesome. That's wonderful. His AI optimized bio says, Anthony Piacenza, realtor, licensed in New Hampshire and Mass since 2001, has over $854 million in career sales and ranks in the top 1% of sides in Hudson, New Hampshire, serving Hudson, Bedford, Southern and Central New Hampshire, and Northern and Western Mass, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
The data.
I see the difference between the two, but let's back up a little bit. How do you go about updating your bio? And if I'm an agent, what's my first step in this?
Your first step is going to be going to the AI library,
Yeah.
okay? And you're going to go to Rajiv's site of optimizing your bio. And it is going to be so easy because he is going to give you step-by-step instructions of what you
So
need to do.
they're all there.
It's all there.
Okay.
One of the things you'll need is your core stats, right? How many years you've been licensed.
So this is what I'm trying to get at.
This is what
Okay.
you need to bring to the table,
All right.
right? This is
All right.
what you need to bring to the table.
Right.
How many years you've been licensed, your total sales volume, your career sales volume, and your recent. So where are you going to get that information? Ask your manager. We have access and can run your lifelong stats of sales.
All right. So do you need to have this in hand before you start?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're saying that any one of our managers can help you pull this data so that it's spot on and concise.
Yes.
Right.
So they can pull your total sales volume, career and recent, average transactions per year, and what your price point is, right? So you have that data, and step by step, when you go into that bio optimization, they're going to say, enter this information that you provide ahead of time. Then you need credibility signals, right? So what is your ranking?
So wait, what's a credibility signal?
What is your ranking? How many awards have you won? What are the names of those awards? And also what brokerage you're affiliated with. So if you are this year, Chairman's Gold was what, top 3%, I
Right,
believe, top
right.
3% of the whole network.
The whole network, right?
Yep,
Right.
you're going to have that information. If you are SRES, okay, senior residential, you're going to put that in there. So, and I would suggest you don't need to put all of the awards that you won. If you were in Honor Society one year and that, go with the biggest one you have, right? What's the best thing you've won? And put that in there. Then what's really important is your reviews. Now, here's where people make a mistake. We have testimonial tree, and we can see how many testimonials we've had. If you are wise, you're also going to have a link that Anna sent out that when that testimonial request goes out from testimonial tree, it will also have a link to go to Zillow. So you have Zillow reviews. You have Google reviews. You have reviews in many different formats. Well, guess what? You can count them all up. So if you have 50 reviews in Testimonial Tree and 30 reviews in Zillow and 20 reviews in Google, you now have 100 reviews. Okay, 100 plus reviews. You want to put that in your bio. And there will be a place for that when you go to the optimization.
Okay, so that's for an experienced agent.
Yes.
And just to break this down a little bit, you're saying that first you need your content and the scripts and the GPTs are in the resource center and the step-to-step instructions are there, and your manager can provide you with the information that you need, and you've just given the resources for reviews. So you need to kind of gather this all together.
Yes.
And that's for an experienced agent.
Well,
right?
it's not all over, because you're also going to have to add that personal part, that you're a lifelong resident.
Right.
And you're going to also want, and this goes for experienced and inexperienced agents, right? Where your geographic focus is. And name the town. Name the town. Say Bedford and Southern New Hampshire. Bedford, Goffstown, Hooksett, and Southern New Hampshire. Name that town, especially if you want to do more business in that area or you're becoming well known.
So you got your stats. Now you're working on your bio. Is it important to have a consistent
You're going to see,
bio?
and I think that we're going to during this podcast, there's going to be some slides that are showing up on this podcast, and you'll see that as they go through. It's going to ask for that specific information, and then your personal part, right? Of being a lifelong resident or very involved in your community. Community service, community involvement is very important. The beautiful thing about this, and I'll get to the whole, if you don't have a lot of experience, is once you put this information into this bio optimizer, it's going to spit out 3 different bios.
Okay.
3 different bios.
For
One is
what?
so one's going to be 1 to 2 sentences. That could be perfect for your statistics. It's just going to be more statistics driven, and that will be like for your signature on your email, right?
All right.
Because we need to be consistent in all formats.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. And that's what I understand myself is that consistency is key because
Yes.
of why.
Because the AI is looking for consistency. When it goes out and it searches all these different, it says the same thing over and over and over, and it's going to give more credibility. Because let's face it, we've all used ChatGPT or Gemini. When we ask a question there, it's not spitting out websites for us to go review information. It gives us an opinion.
So there's, so it's researching multiple platforms.
Exactly.
Right? And this is split second, doing it behind the scenes. Consistency of your bio between the different platforms is important. So it sort of validates information that was
Yes.
already there, right? And what platforms? Let's get to the specifics on the platforms. Like what platforms where we're updating our consistent bio between platforms? Which ones are they?
So we, like I said, there's going to be 3 of them. The medium-sized one is going to be 75 to 125 words. That's going to, and it's going to tell you exactly where to put it. Zillow, Google. The long one will be 2 to 3 paragraphs, and that's for your website or authority things. So here's what was a real, I believe in all these great ideas we have. If you don't execute them, they mean nothing. So we've gone through this process in Bedford, and sometimes it was painful. Some people have negative feelings towards Zillow, understandably. But Zillow gets half of the real estate traffic online. Zillow is important. You do not need to give them any money. You do not have to be a premier agent, but you must have a profile on Zillow. And that Zillow bio is very, very important. You need to update that. You need to make sure you're getting reviews on Zillow because AI gives a lot of weight to Zillow. You're going to put it on Realtor.com. You're going to put it on Homes.com. You can create a profile there. When it comes down to it, I was just looking at stats of this. I believe Zillow's got 50%, Realtor.com has 25%, and Homes is really trying very hard, but they're still at 6-7%. You need to have that same consistent bio on all 3 of those platforms. If you are one of these agents that uses Fast Expert and has a bio there, that bio should be the same, whichever format, short, medium, or large, as what you have in those other areas. And then LinkedIn. Don't forget LinkedIn. When you use this program, this bio update program that Rajiv created, it will tell you which bio to put in LinkedIn.
All right. So
And Google. Google business page. Don't forget your Google business page.
perfect. So if you're an agent and you follow all these steps, you're going to be found.
You will be found. And it's going to take you a little bit. And if you are in a different office, we've been doing this since January in my office, and we set up. We're getting pretty good at it now.
Right.
And especially that Zillow link that Anna created when it comes out through testimonial tree, so you don't have to ask a second time. And like I said, Zillow is really important because AI looks at it in a major way. So get that, ask that seller to give you that testimonial and make sure it's in both places, if not in all.
Okay. That's awesome information. Thank you for sharing that. But I really want to pull you back to, I'm a brand new agent. What do I do?
What have you done? What have you done? Transferable skills. I was just talking to Michaela from marketing about this because she came from a different industry. We have transferable skills from our careers from this to real estate. Were you a business owner of 17 years in the town of Goffstown, involved in the community? Use those numbers still. You have data. What were you doing? What are your transferable skills? Use that data. I like looking at houses and have always loved looking at. That's not good. That's not good. Use the data, and then you can talk about your knowledge of specific areas. I have an agent in my office that has a tagline now, um, live where you play. You know, she's a skier and she's a hiker and she's a this and that, and she knows all of the trails. So we're kind of focusing on that. You know, what is this particular geographic area? I'm an expert on it. I can help you get along. I've been involved. I was a school teacher for so many years. I know the school districts and what the rankings are. Use what you have, but make sure you have data in there too so you can be found.
Plus, you're joining a team
Yes.
and you have that backing,
Yes. The number one brokerage in the state of New Hampshire.
right? So you can add some of that into
Mm-hmm.
your resume as a new agent, and soon you're not a new agent any longer, and you have your own reviews and your own transactional history, and you got to constantly be updating it as you grow, right?
You should do this every year. We call it our agent tune-up, and we work on that in January. You know, and you need to dedicate time. I mean, your RSS or your manager, just schedule a time with them, and then you're just focused on this, because once it's done, once you've updated, you know, the bio I read for Anthony, he had nothing on Zillow in 24 years.
Right.
You know, he needed to go through the process of updating that. He'll never have to do it again.
Well, I think that's one of the important aspects of our firm is that you do have dedicated managers and you do have RSS.
Yes.
And we do have a dedicated marketing department that's cutting edge. So, you know, you have a lot of avenues to tap into here. So you're not an island unto itself.
Absolutely not.
And we can help you get there. Let me ask you if you participate in or practice real estate in any of the niche products, such as waterfront, luxury homes,
Absolutely.
commercial, investment sales.
Exactly.
What do you recommend there?
You're going to see, and again, these are not my ideas. I would like to take credit for being this brilliant thing.
There's
But if you go
no ideas that are truly unique. It's
if you
just
go,
putting a new hubcap on it.
I know,
right?
but if you go to the AI Bio Optimizer, they're going to have a section for that. I think I had Jody's, and I've asked permission from all the agents to mention their names. And in hers, she was lifelong resident, and she did this and she did that. When we went back to the stats, she is a residential and a commercial agent, and we went through this. Is familiar, you know, a lakefront specialist and whatever. We added all of that data, and if you're part of a team, use that use those numbers. They're huge.
The combined team numbers.
Exactly.
Right.
You're talking about yourself as an individual,
Right.
and then the team numbers for her and Angela Kelly. They're massive, right? And their rankings in the Berkshire Hathaway network, consistent rankings, are huge as well. So, yes, mention your specialties. Angela Sullivan is really put herself into the equestrian properties.
Right.
She mentions that. She mentions the town Deerfield in her bio now, as opposed to just it's Deerfield and Southern New Hampshire.
Right. You know what's important with that aspect of it, and we had Mary Lou on last week, and we talked about community service and leaning into your hobbies and your specialties and your interests and things to that nature. I think it's super important to carry that message all the way through to your bio
Yes.
and your personal presentations and incorporate that into your resume, because let's face it, at the end of the day, real estate isn't necessarily about real estate. It's a people business.
It is.
You know, you need to understand your client. You need to understand what they're looking for, what their goals are, what their life goals are. And people connect with people that share the same interests.
Here's a cheat on this.
Yeah.
So when I read the one for Anthony about he was in the West Coast and he's been a trustee and many of the town committees in Hudson and stuff, we put in all the data, and then we just copied over his old bio with all that personal information and had it. The thing is, your bio can't, if you read my bio, it's embarrassing. It's like, I raised my 3 children here and this and that, and I had a career in footwear prior to real estate and all of that. And not one place did I mention at the time that I was in the top 2% of Berkshire
So that's
Hathaway.
your old bio.
My old bio. So your old bio, those parts of it that are really human, you want to keep that. But the problem we have is that most of our bios are only that.
Yeah.
And when people go to ChatGPT or to Gemini, I mean, if you've noticed, when you go to Google now, it just automatically goes to Gemini, the AI mode.
Yeah.
It's not going to pick up on you that you are a dedicated community thing. They're going to look at the data first and then give an opinion of who you are as a person.
Sure.
Based on your reviews.
Yeah, sure.
Too.
Oh. Well, good stuff. Good stuff. So now we went over our bio. Do you have any before and after results? Do you have any examples you want to share with us?
We have just put this into place. So we don't have any, I tell you what I have confidence. People have more confidence now that they have went through this professional process. The proof is in the pudding. Let's talk about it when we get through the 6-month period and see how we're doing. But I will tell you the way I was able to sell it, because the agents are busy and they should be with people instead of AI, okay? But I've impressed upon them how important it was that after they go to that interview, when they get that interview listing presentation, or people are considering who to ask to that listing presentation, it's imperative that you show up, right? When they do that search.
Right.
After that, it's all on you.
It is.
It's all on you.
You know, and you're right. You're absolutely right that people need to focus on, agents need to focus on people and developing new business and we're both belly to belly, face to face type people, and that's important. AI is only a vehicle to get you there a little bit quicker.
Yep.
Right? So you can spend more time doing the high priority items.
Right. So at the convention, I had 7 agents that came. So it was great. We had a great
7
time.
agents from Bedford.
Yes, from Bedford, from Bedford alone. And we went together to many of the university sessions. And not just Rajiv's, but to other AI. I mean, it's intimidating. There's so much. And they came out and said, well, what 5 things should we focus on? I go, none. 1, you did the optimization of your bio. If you haven't finished the project, set up another 30-minute session that you just focus on that, an appointment. At this point, you could just meet with Jessica. She's our RSS. Make sure we've crossed the T's and dotted the I's. And then you need to prospect because it's spring. We want to be found. We want to have somebody look and say, oh, yeah, I guess they really are good. Oh, my God, they did this much, blah, blah, blah. But you need to get in front of somebody.
Well, right. And I think I thought you were going to say something else because I heard a lot of people in the audience when I was at the same session. I heard a lot of people in the audience is like, well, is ChatGPT better than Gemini? Is Gemini better than Claude? Is this?
And what did Rajiv say?
He said, listen, you're
starting.
You're brand new at this.
We're kindergartners.
So any of the platforms are great. Let's not specialize in any single one.
Right. And I think that, with the people like Rajiv, and I'm so excited about him coming out here in June.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make anybody that's not a believer is going to be a believer after we have that wonderful meeting.
Right. So it's important for all of our agents to get there in June. And if you're an agent from another firm listening to this, contact Mary. She can get you a ticket.
It's gonna be great
to go.
So I think that what he said in the end there is most of the things that he's built to make our life easier is in ChatGPT. They're the first. You don't need to go to Claude before you have what are we gonna as realtors right now in the beginning of this AI revolution? What are we gonna use AI for? Optimize your bio. Optimize your bio. Please do it. Listing descriptions. Yep. But even that, when I see people do a listing description and they put in, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, this and that, and then it spits it out, there's no personality to it. You still need to write that listing description and let them put it in ChatGPT after and add those wonderful adjectives, that we don't normally speak like. Yes. But you can clone yourself and do videos, and you can this and that. But before you clone yourself and do videos, before you do that,
I'm waiting for it.
prospect,
Right.
prospect,
Right.
prospect.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that was great, Mary. I'm super excited about it. This kind of wraps up optimizing our bio. Let's jump into the next segment, which is prospecting.
I'm excited to talk about it.